I'm Kevin Stevens, a native Pensacolian, husband, father, and U.S. Navy veteran.
But that's not what this is about.
I'm a local businessman who has owned many successful companies over the years.
But it's not about this either.
Recently, I ran for public office and was elected to a seat on the ECUA Board of Commissioners.
So what's this about? It's about an elected official who will serve his community and hold his fellow elected officials accountable.
All while making local government more transparent. Join me in making Pensacola a better place to live, work, and play.
So welcome back to another episode of On the Board with Kevin Stevens. I tell you, every time I look at this intro of me, goodness gracious, almost 8 years ago, or 6 years ago, I should say, I just look at the pictures of myself, the younger version of me, and of course my kids. You know, those of us that have kids, you know, they say time flies when you're having fun, and I always tell people time flies regardless. Fun is just a bonus. You know, I think about that when my 14, soon to be 15-year-old son this week, and we're looking at trucks and so forth for him to learn basic driving techniques to hopefully get his learner's permit here shortly. So it's just amazing, and a lot of this gets refreshed when I'm looking at these older pictures of my daughter who will be 9 next month. So again, like I said, those parents know what I'm talking about when they say time flies. Totally thankful for this great weather we're having right now. And I told folks a couple months ago when we had a couple cool days, that 3 or 4 days before the fair, I said we refer to that locals, we call that fake fall. That's fake fall. It's not real fall, so don't get your hopes up. But I don't know what it is, and a lot of you folks who are from Pensacola know what I'm talking about. It always corresponds to the fair, and every time I don't know what type of sorcery is going on, but when the fair gets into town, it'll start getting cool. Right before the fair's out of here, it gets really cool, which I think we're due for some cool weather next week, and then that's when your sustained coolness is. So for you folks that are not originally from Pensacola like myself, just so you know, the cool is here to stay. So I said, I hope you guys are all getting out there enjoying the fair right now. Just a couple quick things. Housekeeping issues, as I always say. With ECUA, we've just completed our scenic highway expansion. So we replaced some probably 50-plus-year-old sewer mains up and down scenic highway that we've had multiple breaches on. Most of that due to utilities contractors and of course the aging pipe. So I've got lots of phone calls, lots of emails. You've got sewage and whatnot going into the various estuaries and so forth. But we were on it. We heard you. Thankfully for some grants. We were able to fund that project, and that project should be wrapped up as early as this week. We just got some touch-ups on it, so praise God that project is done. It was a major project, environmental project we wanted to get on top of, as well as infrastructure project. And I always tell folks, who are complaining about the infrastructure and so forth. I said, look, we're paying for that. I mean, every time we do these budget hearings, and we just wrapped up one. I'm not going to bore you all with that. If you want to know some more details on the last budget hearing, watch my last show. I went over into detail to the point of nausea and going back and forth on increased cost, increased chemical cost, increased filter cost, and so forth that have prompted us to look at going up on the rates. I think the total, all 3 rate increases with garbage, sewer, sanitation, water, and so forth, because again, keep in mind, we cover a large area, ECUA does, and so every customer does not have all of our services. Some may have garbage but not sewer because they're on septic. For example, myself, out where I live in Molino, I'm on septic. So just keep that in mind. But I think all 3 services combined, the total rate increase is going to be a little bit less than $3. So I'm sure I'm going to get the normal hate mail and phone calls and you evil, greedy board members and so forth. I'm prepared for it, and I'm going to answer your call like I always do and explain to you that as a consumer, all of our prices have gone up, and we're a public utility. We're not a publicly traded company. I'm not FPL. I'm not knocking FPL, but we don't have shareholders. You're the shareholder. I'm the shareholder. So as labor goes up, because that's gone up, as fuel goes up, as materials have gone up, chemicals have gone up, of course, we have nowhere to get that money except from us. So again, quite honestly, we probably should have looked at raising, adding another 25 or 50 cents just to put some money away for infrastructure, badly needed infrastructure. I always tell folks that don't know this that ECUA has been around since 1980 or so. So prior to that, obviously being Florida's oldest city, regardless of what St. Augustine says or claims, infrastructure and sewer has been here predating 1980, right? We didn't own it, wasn't ours, we took it over, we inherited it. Not pointing fingers, I'm just stating facts. So there's not enough money, obviously, in our regular rates to repair and replace and expand the existing infrastructure, which is desperately needed. All we do is put Band-Aids on a compound fracture. So again, but it's less than $3. I understand that's for my clients on fixed incomes and so forth. I know that's a big deal, and I'm not discounting that. But again, that's basically what you're looking for. And if you want some more details on that, watch my last show. I went over more details about that and why we did it. But I mean, the short condensed version is everything went up. Health insurance, wages, and so forth to keep qualified people. So but the last meeting, what was interesting. It's a lot of our systems are being converted right now, which is why I have this clicker in my hand, and of course I've got a laptop here in front of me. So I'm gonna go over essentially our presentation that we did last Tuesday. Or this past Tuesday, I should say, at our CAC meeting. And for those of you who don't know, we have two ECUA meetings a month. One is the CAC, which is Citizens Advisory Committee. That's myself, the other 4 board members, along with 1 appointee per district, as well as 2 at-larges, private citizens, unpaid positions, much like a lot of my HOAs I sit on, that are actually help us basically connect, helps us kind of facilitate better communication within the community. But anyway, so we have kind of a pre-meeting that Tuesday prior to the next Tuesday's board meeting. Basically goes over all the topics we're going to discuss and vote on at the board meeting, as well as a few extras. So just really another opportunity for you, the ratepayer, you the citizens, to engage with us. I'm fully aware that a lot of folks can't make those meetings at 3 o'clock. And to be honest with you, I'm not knocking it because I'm one of the board members, but honestly, you're not missing much. I mean, it's pretty boring stuff. Necessary, that's what I always tell people. What do you do? I work for ECUA. It's, garbage, sewer, sanitation. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary. But again, that's the main reason why I do these shows is to kind of put out the meat and potatoes of what we talk about that affects you. And how that affects you. So individuals that can't make it at 3 o'clock, and let's face it, most folks are at work at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. Not that a bunch of people are looking to show up anyway. Let's just be real. But this show will certainly hit the high points of what you have. And then, as any of my residents, constituents, ratepayers can tell you, and my wife can attest to, I'm very good at answering my phone. So if you have any questions, comment, concern, certainly feel free to call me on that. But yeah, we're about to jump right into some new technology that is going to make interacting with us, whether it be customer service, missed garbage pickups, bulk pickups, things of that nature, much more streamlined. So the situation, sometimes it takes a while for technology to catch up. Again, for us, we're getting there. We're getting there pretty quick. So stay tuned. After the short commercial break, we'll go into more detail about that. Be right back.
Good. So.
Extreme Pumping and Septic System Services, lift station services, storm drain jetting, grease trap cleaning, and more. Extreme Pumping and Septic is your portable toilet rental headquarters for Baldwin, Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa. Got an extreme emergency? Extreme Pumping and Septic has 24/7 emergency services 7 days a week. Extreme Pumping and Septic is the only septic company in our area with financing options. Call now or book online at extremepumpingandseptic.net.
It starts with a Total Connect Solutions power delivery system with solar, battery, and generator. Total Connect Solutions integrated windows, sound and video, lights into one dynamic system. Imagine a theater in your own home. With our expert team on our side, every high-tech need is met with precision and care. Total Connect Solutions, where quality innovation and true integration make your home come alive. TotalConnectSolutions.com.
At Florida Insurance Agency, we have enough available resources to insure just about anything in Florida at the best rates. With dozens of companies to choose from, you don't just get a policy, you get the best policy for you. That means savings and comfort, knowing you are covered. We're only a local phone call away, and you can stop by any of our 3 offices anytime for assistance. Florida Insurance Agency. Our policy is great service.
Your fleet runs or you're out of business.
From engines to transmissions to routine maintenance.
In emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If we can't fix it on location, we'll tow it in.
Floor maintenance can cost thousands of dollars in lost business.
We work with any kind of truck from small to semis.
Extreme Fleet Maintenance, your one-stop shop for all your fleet maintenance needs.
8668 Fowler Avenue, Pensacola. ExtremeFleetMaintenance.com.
Good.
So welcome back to On the Board with Kevin Stevens. So again, just to recap, we're going to jump right into this second segment after this, as we just had that short commercial break, on some new technology that ECUA is about to roll out. So right here we've got some AI automation, innovation, elevating the customer experience. First slide. And just briefly, I'll talk about these kiosks. So, these kiosks, again, you've probably seen them at banks and heck, McDonald's has them there. So now we're going to have them at our ECUA customer service centers. This is just, again, all about speeding up the processing, self-service. You're still going to have a customer service representative there, but if you need to go in there and make a payment, we take credit cards. Obviously, you can load up checks as well as cash. It doesn't give you change back. I think they're going to work on something applying the change perhaps to the next bill, but exact change is much appreciated. But certainly credit cards, and so forth that we'll be taking there right there. So again, shortening the lines. I know sometimes I've gone to board meetings and we've had several people in there waiting in line. Not often. This is going to facilitate that. So again, I'm not getting rid of the folks, but this is going to be an in addition to, not in place of. But this is great. I mean, this is great for folks who are in a hurry like me. I'm in and out of places quite a bit. So for me to be able to go up to a kiosk, make a payment real quick, don't have time to high and buy and I'm out of there. Now you all have that opportunity. So stay tuned. These are being rolled out now and should be fully integrated within the next 2 to 3 months. So we're excited about that. Anything, like I said, to create the customer experience. This is really cool technology, the ECUA chat box. So this is, again, AI. You hear these folks, Bezos and your other tech guys talking about, learn coding back in the day. And of course, now they're like, no, you need to learn how to interact with AI, because now with AI and ChatGPT, they're going to code for you. So forget the coding. You need to learn how to interact with this. And so, so here we are. Here we are with basically ChatGPT, AI on steroids at ECUA chat box. So we're super excited about this. This is all internally developed, so we've got our own firewalls. I don't want to have to worry about getting one of my companies. Just the other day, we had a potential computer break. We got you're held hostage, pay X amount of dollars. Thankfully we got some pretty hardcore firewalls. Our IT department's rock solid. We were able to resolve the situation quick, fast, in a hurry. Same thing with ECUA. We've got rock star IT department that's really good. But every time you all interact with this, so it's learning, right? It's learning each and every time that we're that you're calling in, that you're interacting with this, we're learning. Again, you can look at some of the services: start new service, sewer service, start installations, sanitation service, request bulk pickups, pay my bill, blowout. All this is going to be online with the app. And of course, the next few slides, I'm going to go over the app, the interactive app, which I'm super excited about as well, that you're going to be able to interact. But these are just some of the ECUA online and at the kiosk that you can perform without having to wait in line or wait on hold with customer service, whatever the case may be. So this is all about speeding up the process. But each and every time we interact with this, and we gather these data points, as they call them, then the Chat GPT, as I call it, or the ECA chatbot, as we're supposed to be referring to it as, gets smarter. So each and every single time. So bear with us on that. We're super excited about that. We've got some AI-powered insights, self-service analysis, interactive dashboards, predictive forecast. I mean, just faster reporting. So again, reducing report generation time by up to 86%, accelerating decision cycles, and that just goes into the more you interact with it, the smarter it gets, the quicker we're able to get you those processes. We had a lot of issues with people saying, they call it fat fingering things, right? Where you're typing something and you meant to hit one letter, you hit another, and we get wrong addresses. So this system sanitizes all that, makes sure that you're not putting in an incorrect address, that it will match it up with the actual client. So again, enhancing customer services. Don't have to worry about the folks that say I didn't get my bill or calls, and then it gives our customer service representatives more time to focus on more complex problems than did you get my bill or was this process or that process. Again, I'm not gonna bore you with too much with some of this communications platforms, but again, everything right now is going to via the internet. So these are all internet lines. We're still going to keep our hard lines. God forbid the internet ever went down, but you're going to have a lot more options in addition to just talking to a customer service representative or waiting on hold. Again. Trying to build the database in there is all going to be online. So folks are going to be able to search addresses, get some information that typically they're sending emails on, waiting for a staff member to pick it up to get back to you. Now all of our records, addresses, search engines, and all are all going to be online. So some of this stuff is going to be rolled out sooner than others. The kiosk, for example, that's going to be over the next few months. Some of the other stuff is going to take a little bit longer. So bear with us. But again, I'm super excited about this because anything that enhances the customer service experience, the interaction experience. I know I don't like to be on hold. I certainly don't like to yell on the phone. Press 1, press 2, press 3. I mean, I'm screaming on the phone, representative, representative, so I don't want you all to have to deal with that. So keep in mind, we'll go over a little bit more detail after the short commercial break, but good things are coming. Stay tuned.
Yeah, sir.
At Florida Insurance Agency, we have enough available resources to insure just about anything in Florida at the best rates. With dozens of companies to choose from, you don't just get a policy, you get the best policy for you. That means savings and comfort, knowing you are covered. We're only a local phone call away, and you can stop by any of our 3 offices anytime for assistance. Florida Insurance Agency. Our policy is great service.
Your fleet runs or you're out of business.
From engines to transmissions to routine maintenance.
In emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If we can't fix it on location, we'll tow it in.
Poor maintenance can cost thousands of dollars in lost business.
We work with any kind of truck from small to semis.
Extreme Fleet Maintenance, your one-stop shop for all your fleet maintenance needs.
8668 Fowler Avenue, Pensacola. ExtremeFleetMaintenance.com.
Extreme Pumping and Septic. Septic system services, lift station services, storm drain jetting, grease trap cleaning, and more. Extreme Pumping and Septic is your portable toilet rental headquarters for Baldwin, Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa. Got an extreme emergency? Extreme Pumping and Septic has 24/7 emergency services 7 days a week. Extreme Pumping and Septic is the only septic company in our area with financing options. Call now or book online at extremepumpingandseptic.net.
Hi, I'm Sean McCorkle with Genesis Land and Title. What makes a great title company? Forbes magazine says that a good title company does two things well. They coordinate the transaction efficiently and they provide remarkable customer service. You know, there are few things worse than poor customer service when you are spending your hard-earned money. Our professional and friendly team will go above and beyond to ensure that your closing experience is as pleasant and stress-free as possible.
Yeah.
So welcome back to On the Board with Kevin Stevens. So again, right before the commercial break, we were just going over some of the new AI-powered tools that ECUA is integrating into our platforms to enhance the customer service experience. So we're just going to jump right back into it. A lot of folks that are hardcore recyclers, and we certainly appreciate you, use the Recycle Coach, right? So a lot of folks that say, hey, when these programs get rolled out, is that going to go away? Yes and no. I mean, yes, from the standpoint of it's going to be upgraded. No, from the standpoint of it's going to be integrated within this new AI-powered platform. So again, I mean, you can review your screen on some of the limitations. It doesn't include customer service relationship management. Again, we're going to integrate the existing database within the new AI platform. So stand by for that. While Recycling Coach is strong, recycling education app, we need a more flexible platform that can scale and support some broader stuff. So as the AI new power tool comes out, we will slowly phase out the Recycle Coach. So before that platform is no longer available, you'll have already been well into the new platform that we're going to be using for some of the Recycle Coach. I'm going to tell you, this next one is I'm the most excited about. ECUA mobile app. So again, we all have one of these. Some stay on it more than others. Sometimes I'm a little scared when it shows you at the end of the week or month, like how much time you spent on here. And I'm like, I swear, I'm not Facebooking here. All my contract reviews and so forth are on the smartphone here. So I'm actually doing legitimate work on it, right? But this mobile app right now, you're going to have this. It'll be available on iPhone and Google Play. Direct link to bill pay. So again, you want to pay your bill online. Boom, a click of a button away. Checks on status. You can again, it's going to integrate with our operations department. So you need to schedule a bulk pickup. You need to let us know about a missed garbage pickup. This was like very exciting for me because as our operations manager and IT department are telling us about this, I heard, missed garbage pickup. And of course, that's probably the number one call I get from you all is missed garbage pickup. So if this can help with that, that's great. And again, I love to help folks out. I've got a SOP, standard operating procedure for you civilian types out there, set up with my operations manager, customer service manager. So when someone sends me a missed garbage pickup, I forward the email off, departments get it, and then of course within 24 hours that situation's handled. That's the expectation I've set. My staff's been great about accommodating me on that. But this is going to help out a lot. So now you don't have to call me or email me. You can actually send it right there, and it'll give you up-to-date information on when they're going to be out there to pick it up. And then of course I already told my operations manager, I said, FYI guys, if one of my residents hits that and you're telling them it's going to be next week, that's unacceptable. I said, so stand by. I'm all about not getting a call about a missed garbage pickup because I get lots of other calls about issues that I'd like to be able to handle. This can help with that, great, but I want to be very clear and transparent when I tell you, this is me talking to my staff, that if they hit this little new AI-powered app on their phone and the little robot replies back, it'll be next week. That's not going to happen. So I'm still going to get a phone call or an email from them, and then I'm going to be calling you guys back up saying, next week is unacceptable. I need you out there this afternoon or first thing tomorrow morning, right? So don't worry about that, about not being able to get in touch with me or your other board members. We'll still be available. But this is great. This is great. So a lot of you folks that are on FPL, for example, another feature of the app, when your power goes out, if you guys don't have the FPL app, it's another good one to get because when your power goes out and you're not home and you're at work like the rest of us are, you'll see, hey, power went out. There's only 3%, 5%, 10% of customers in your area that are experiencing that, right? So if it's a low percentage, you know that a transformer went out, right? Versus there's only 3% of the people in your neighborhood, so you know it's like maybe a breaker or something like that. Same thing with this. So if there's a sewer break, a water outage, boil ban, whatever the case may be, you're going to get live, up-to-date notifications of this, letting you know, hey, there's your water will be out from this time to this time. Here's the reason, and we're already aware of it. Don't bother calling us. You can call us, so certainly, but you don't have to call us. We're already aware of it, and we're on it, and here's the time it's going to take to fix it. So that's huge. I think that's huge, because I get a lot of calls like, hey, are you aware of this water break or that water break, or I've got some discolored water. Has there been a break somewhere? And of course, I'm like, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, there is, and here's where it is. And then of course, I'm calling the operations department. I'm like, guys, I need you to give me an update on what happened, so I can inform my residents and ratepayers, so I'm not getting these phone calls. They're usually pretty good about that. This is going to take care of that. The ECUA mobile app is going to take care of that. Again, everything from enhancing the customer experience, reduce call volumes, residents can submit service requests anytime, anywhere. Staff can manage and prioritize those issues, right? So again, real-time updates, I love that, and status and so forth. So super excited about that. There's just some of the apps and samples of some of the apps that we're going to have for some outlying cities that also use this app on their phone as well. So very intuitive, super cool app to have, and again, just enhancing the customer experience. Right now, again, bulk pickups, as I always kind of wrap up my show and tell folks, again, we're not sending our trucks out just every day for bulk pickups. If you call us, you have to call and schedule those. This is going to be great because this is going to help. This new app is going to help with that. If you're not having to wait on hold or time, whatever, you'll actually be able to schedule it, and it'll let you know when it's scheduled and then when the driver's en route. 6 to 7 months for that to get fully integrated. So keep that in mind. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that, so next month, so in November, I believe it's November 15th, if I'm not mistaken, and they're going to throw the flyer up here shortly, but there's a food drive. So Representative Michelle Salzman, my representative, your representative, you're in District 5, does a food drive. She's gracious enough to allow me to participate, so I'm always super thankful for that. Selfishly speaking, I love to bring my son and my daughter. It's just a whole lot of values in teaching and giving back opportunities. So that's going to be the 15th. Please come out. It's all free, all funded. And so, again, the flyer is going to be posted up here, and we'll see you next month. Thank you. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.